Good morning, everybody. It's your brother VANSILK. Not in my house with VANSILK. Labor Day weekend. What's the label? What's the label? What's the label? 1520 hip hop. 1520 Centric Avenue, the Bronx, the home of hip hop. Okay. Last week there's been a lot of mumbling and grumbling and trying to rewrite out hip hop history from the beginning. And as I always said, they're going to try to erase the first 25 years. But the most important years in hip hop is 1973 to 1983. If you're not at least 58 years old, you was not there to witness. You was not involved. You did not, if you didn't make an impact, take a seat in the audience. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say certain people wasn't around, but you was around, or you was starting to be around. I'm going to give a prime example. The late DJ K. Slay was 14, 15 years old writing on the trains. And me and him had a great relationship up until his untimely death in April of this year. And he has validation of what he's done and what he's been around. But he would always call me up and say, Van, yo, what happened here and what happened there? And I can explain certain things to him of what I know. So he's validated. I'm going to go as far as to say, even as a young Crazy Legs, later on, as a Hispanic. But the original B-boys, no, they're 64, 63, 64, 65, 62. They're that old. And they will tell you, no, that's not what happened. And that's not, and they wasn't, no disrespect to the Hispanic. No, they wasn't there. No. If you want to go to Rubie Dee from the Fantastic Five, who we're going to be speaking to tonight, he's one of the first Hispanic MCs along with his partner in the same group, Whip, who was a darker complexion Hispanic. And I was told that Whip didn't want to tell nobody back then he was Hispanic because he felt left out. He would feel like he's an outsider. Then you got Charlie Chase from the Cold Crush Brothers. Then you got Disco Wiz. I mean, I could go as far as, before record. But nobody was paying to go see B-boys. You was coming to see the MCs and the DJs. Let's just focus on that. And my tonight discussion is going to be with Rubie Dee from Grandwizzard Theodore the Fantastic Five. He's the one who said Puerto Rico, ho. He the first one to say it on record. You have Mr. Schick from Mean Machine. But see, I'm going to give you the link to go back and watch what I made last weekend. 1973, 1983, the most important years in hip-hop. It's on my YouTube channel. You visit my YouTube channel, you'll search it, you can find it. If I put the link in, you can't hyperlink it in Instagram, unfortunately. So go to the profile, and my profile on my Instagram page, just click the link to YouTube, and it's about 7 or 8 deep back. You'll find it if you want to know about it. But I'm going to say this to say that. We're also going to have a young Hispanic brother from the Bay Area, DJ Walt Wiz, who's going to be in on us tonight at 9 o'clock because he wants to know more. Because he said things and he's like, oh, I'm not trying to try to act like I was there. No, we're not. We don't put you under that pressure. We just want you to understand we are here to help you. We are here to teach you. You can't take nothing away from the first generation in this culture of hip-hop. I don't know what a lot of people are talking about. Everybody want to go to 1982, 83. That's not when hip-hop started. So cut the cap, and stop the bullshit. They're trying to change the timeline. You're not going to rewrite history. Just like what my man Scorpio said, watch what He ain't saying nothing verbally. Just look at the picture while I'm talking or what Scorpio say. Y'all not going to rewrite our history. Basically, we're saying we're going to handle this the right way. We're not going to get on social media, oh, this MF don't know what he talking about. We don't do it like that. That's not what we do. We are men. We are built different. We will call you behind the scenes and you will correct your information. Shah Rock had to chime in on a few topics this week and correct people. No, that fly is not 75. It don't exist. It's 1978. Stop it. So I hope you join me tonight with Rubie Dee from Grandwizzard Theodore and the Fantastic Five. So y'all can get some historical hip-hop information. Information is the key to life. Woo! Show brother VANSILK. God damn, you good at what you do. I'm not a hip hop historian. I'm a true historian. I tell the truth. I made that word up 6 years ago. You see, some of y'all don't like me because I blow y'all spot up. Well, guess what? Too goddamn bad. Can't lie in front of me. I'm not gonna let you do up here and do no falsification of our history. Not while I'm alive. You got something else coming. You better get your shit right. Stop lying on yourself. Get your timeline right. Get the timeline right. I don't even like to use profanity, but I'm gonna give this warning out to everybody. When you need to do documentation, documentaries, and you need to do specials on hip hop, and it relied on the first generation, you can call on us. We don't need nobody that came 15 years later to talk about what we did. Okay? Because I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do the real documentary with the people that's going to tell the real timelines. Because we do have some pioneers that be fudging and lying on their ass. They be lying. Some. Yo. You can't make this shit up. This is your brother VANSILK, not in my house. Early in the morning, y'all got me up. Fizzle, fazzle, rizzle, dazzle. Everybody want to jump in on the 50th anniversary of hip hop. You culture vulture ass bitches. You know who I'm talking about.